I think what makes ONS special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship-trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.
We are back with the halftime game between the high school teams, Lycée Français, which is in blue and getting right down to the line, and Greenwich.
Greenwich is blue.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Not sure why.
Ryan, I disapprove. I think the French should be wearing blue.
I think they should.
Can we send them a memo about this?
Possibly should.
All right. So Greenwich started off nicely and had been pressuring the Lycée Français and the French American
Academy.
School of New York, and they managed to survive that last one. Kick it deep.
So one thing quickly for you, it's a combination team, the French School of New York, along with the KEIO Academy.
KEIO Academy, that's right. And
Uniform.
there's the break around the outside. That was what they were looking for. Eventually everybody, all eyes going on the ball, creeping inside, a little bit of space on the outside. Off we go. Try in the corner for Greenwich.
Greenwich in the blue.
Greenwich, which is in blue.
Yep. Very athletic looking team.
Okay. We don't have the names associated with the numbers for this game. Apparently they were here.
They were here in the earlier match and have...
Well, I'd like to point... There we go. We just found them. We have about 900 pieces of paper here in the press box.
Yes. KEIO.
There's KEIO French American School.
Here's Greenwich, sir.
And Greenwich. And there's a break off the restart, gathered up by 18, who's a big rumbling kind of guy. We don't know who because of the number, but a terrific. You know what? You gotta retain those restarts, and you gotta go chase after that restart. Send your big guys to go win that.
Once again, the athleticism of Greenwich, getting down the field very fast, kind of intimidating down when you got that size. Just a little number 9 there. So the KEIO Academy has quite a few Japanese kids, and I like to think that they're all going to play that technical sound game that we saw from the Blossoms at the World Cup.
Well, you know, they move the ball. The tradition in Japan, pretty adventurous. They take pride in their scrummaging as well. But that was the captain, Kotaro Iwata, getting taken down rather roughly, but he could handle it. And that's a nice kick and gather by Cyril Durati.
Hector Bellotti there in the 35. It's a pretty good run. He seems to be the most sizable boy on the team.
Lost ball. Greenwich has it back.
races
he
down the
direct-
wing. He's just
And
gonna
there's a big,
flat out fly.
big charge again. Broken play. I think that's basically the third try. That is broken play and then get it out wide. You see the size differential really in these two teams.
Major size differential, both in height and width. The fitness level looks quite a bit different as well. I think Greenwich just looks like a machine comparatively as far as their.
Well, combining two
musculature.
teams is a nice idea, but if they're not practicing it together very much, as the kick goes over to make it 19-0.
Yeah, makes it difficult when you're not practicing together every week. It's one of the things that makes this game different than so many others. You can't be successful on Saturday if you're not there Tuesday and
Right.
Thursday.
Greatest team sport in the world. Completely and utterly a team sport. Find it a source of frustration. You probably do too, Ryan, that you talk to coaches and say, let's talk about some players. I say, well, I don't want to talk about any players because it's a team effort. And he goes, you know what, that's very nice, and I completely agree with you. Now give me some player names.
Absolutely. Got to have somebody to identify with, right?
Somebody's mom is hoping that someone will, their kid will be mentioned.
And they can be idols for little kids too. My son, he's 12, he plays rugby. There's a whole movement going on with middle school kids, and they're watching the college game, and they're watching the club game, and they want to know who those guys are that are making those flashy moves or making those strong tackles.
Somebody to look up to. 19-0, Greenwich. Again, perhaps looking to chase down that kick. And, caught, kept in, lost, gathered. Nicely done by number 9, Yuki Nishimura. But he is taken down. Oh, Greenwich right over the top and really not making any effort to stay on their feet. Definitely a penalty. And Cyril Douadi is going to tap quickly. Got Nishimura with him. And not back 10, so we're going to see them go back again.
Got rid of the scrum cap.
And they got thrown to the ground and hit his head.
And he's running around for a good minute and a half, kind of with the scrum cap half on, half in
Yeah.
his hand.
He's okay. He's just, maybe it just poked him a little bit, but he's just. The scrum caps, by the way, generally are there to protect your ears and stop scrapes. They don't prevent concussions in the slightest. Hiroki Fuji going into contact. And then the captain, Iwata,
Referee plays it on.
dishes it off, and that is Casimir Vinciguerra. And Vinciguerra goes into the corner. That was a nice try.
That was a nice try. Some good offloads in the tackle. A little bit of flair from school in New York.
Casimir Vinciguerra, who comes from the French-American school, getting the pass from Kotaro Iwata from KEIO Academy in New York, which is an academy for a lot of Japanese-American kids. Take their rugby seriously. And how great is that? I mean, I think that's phenomenal. And
You like to see the fight, in a team that took a major thumping from Greenwich in the first game, taking a major thumping in the first half of this game, and then that ball bounces around. The eyes light up, tails go up, the legs start pumping.
Well, let's play some rugby. That's it. Let's keep playing. Let's keep battling. It's not going to get any easier. So let's front up to it. And I think that's what the coach is saying right now. If we can just work together a little bit. If somebody goes on a run, I see Tetsuya Yoshimura coming in saying, coach, put me in. If somebody goes on a run, they got to have people follow. And I was talking to a couple of the players from Play Rugby and from ERA who were playing earlier today. And they're just, follow your pass. It's the classic thing. You make a pass, follow, get on your horse, get ready for that return pass. That's the thing about sevens. The play is not dead.
And you don't have time to argue with your teammates. You don't have time to what mistake you might have made. Turn the page, get back on the horse, and get back in it because the next play's already past you. You got to be 3 plays over.
And perhaps for me, the biggest difference between 15s and 7s is that idea that once you're on attack in sevens, once you break through the line, it's so vertical. And in 15s, a lot of times you may spend a period of time just walking back and forth in your lane. It's like, that's not your issue. If you keep going to try and make every tackle or every run, you're suddenly out of position. Stay in position a little bit, be patient. And seven's a little bit different from that. Well, there's a high kick gathered in by, I think, Vinny Maguire from Lynbrook High School, the only guy who's not in KEIO or FASNY. Penalty, kick tap, Duadi out to Guillaume. And Dua is stopped, but they're just driving him over. And Greenwich now drives him back. The maul is there. Where's the ball? Referee let that go quite a while. And in the end, Greenwich has it. Number 7. And I don't know who number 7 is, but he's already scored a try. He's making some more things happen. And out we go.
And
big
that
run.
Channel discipline that you still have to have in sevens, although like you said, it's a little bit different. But if you're a wing, you want to stay on your wing until that ball comes out, and look where you go.
He tried to get the angle and take him down, and he was fended. He tried one more time, didn't work out, and that is a coast-to-coast body blow from Greenwich.
I believe that's his second long run, those long strides, that redhead. You know what number?
So that is number
16?
16. We don't have someone referred to as number 16. So among the people we don't have a number for, well, here's who's playing for Greenwich under Coach Ian Pearson and assistant Connor Weigel. Patrick McTiernan, Alex Nene, Kevin Agudelo, Phil Ravielli, Sebastiani Villani, Zaire House, John Michael Cepeda, J.J. Hartwell, Derek Brown, Jeffrey Enamorado, Bennett Tidy, and Duffy, John Duffy. So, okay, we've mentioned all of them. And we're not sure who is who except for a couple of them, but they changed their jerseys. KEIO, French-American, they've got it back. There's the kick ahead by Duati, I think. The tackle.
Yeah, they're pretty well there by the 23.
Yeah.
No one to
See
his
if they
left,
can go
to the right.
coast to coast once more. Greenwich is in a perfect position to do it because they broke through.
One to beat.
Oh, look at he's just got quite a lot of pace. Caught though, looking for some help.
He's got a man way out.
Help
left
me
there.
out. That's Patrick McTiernan, so I'm told. And eventually faked the pass and off he went. Try. Referee is saying, you know, can we not do these length of the field things anymore?
He's getting his workout today.
He had people with him, and one of the reasons why he was able to keep going, he had people with him. 24-5, goodness gracious.
Another sizable difference. A few more minutes to go.
And
Especially
Greenwich.
with kids this age, you know, you
Yeah.
want to keep their chin up when they're down, work them through the phases.
Yeah. Well, we saw that last attack, Duati kicks ahead and he chases. He just didn't have enough bodies to chase down with him.
Yeah, 23 did a nice job of around that, using his soccer skills, getting it to bounce up. Thank you, guys. So again, the ball bouncing around, picked up by the 7. Drives it through himself, probing up the middle. Number 4 there with a good, powerful ruck. And we've got an overload on the left, but nice cover defense by the 9. Swallows it up, brings it back the other way for the overload on the other end. But he beats a man, beats a second man, beats a third man, and another off to the races type of play. Greenwich just outclassing him with fitness, with the athleticism, and it looks like quite a bit of experience as well. A lot more training going on for them. And I'm being joined by Matt McCarthy, the one, the only.
Ryan, fill me in.
Well, the scoreboard does not lie. The 31 Greenwich 5 for the School of New York KEIO Academy. They are definitely taking their lessons. It's about fitness and I think also the cohesion. Like, you got a couple guys at the School of New York who have some ideas, but they don't look real cohesive all together.
Well, Greenwich is one of the flagship high school programs.
Truly. And you you covered that game last year, Xavier Greenwich, in which I believe Greenwich took that one, right?
Yeah, Ryan, I'm going to give you 3 guesses as to who the only person to see the 2 victories for Greenwich High School over Xavier
There were how many?
is.
The one and only? Who
That's
covered
right.
both of the games?
That's right. That's right.
Man.
Apparently, yeah.
Jonathan Wicklow Barbary.
Jonathan Wicklow Barbary may or may not have been there. I don't recall. But back to this, Greenwich is a time rugby
Good
program,
yeah.
7s and 15s.
Indeed. I like that so many programs are following both now. You had a lot of teams when I was younger that were kind of specialists. They would play 15s, but they really liked 7s. Or they would play 7s, but they were 15s. But I think now we have a lot of teams who are taking both very seriously. High school ranks, up in the college ranks, and I think that's good for rugby.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we're seeing high school programs emerge more and more. Xavier for years was the only powerhouse, really.
Yep.
Now you've got Greenwich, you've got other programs popping up. Pat Maroney's CBA, Christian Brothers Academy down in New Jersey. Brian Sheehy helping him out down there, a.k.a. Declan Yates.
Pelham is also getting very good.
Pelham with Matt Persanis. You saw Matt Persanis' son, Matt,
Yes.
get what, man of the match today,
For the
earlier.
game, the second year game.
Yeah.
Well deserved as well.
So, it's all good signs. All good signs for rugby in the United States. The grassroots, the younger players, now they can feed the universities, the colleges, and the men's clubs.
Yeah, and so many
And women's.
players coming in with experience, not having to learn the game as a freshman or as a junior in college, even as a club player in the senior levels, which happened quite a lot in the recent past. I think it's going to be very exciting when we see these kids and even the middle school kids of this generation stepping up into some senior levels.
Sure.
That's when we're really going to see the levels change, I think, here.
And the other thing is these kids get to be in a competition during the weekend with college kids. And they get to see the guys a little bit older, how they're doing it. All right, maybe it's 7s to 15s, but it doesn't matter because it's still rugby, right? And you've got, as we've discussed earlier, players going from code to code interchangeably now. You've got the coaches that coach both, and you've got refereeing here. So you've got Greg Gilliam out there right now. You've got Pierce Mara. You've got Tim Downey. All these guys coach and ref and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think Steven Ciano, the organizer of the URugby Bowl Series, did a great job of getting the right referees hired. So many times we hear a little bit of griping about the quality of refereeing in the United States, but there are quality refs as well who are still improving themselves, and today we've got 3 very good ones.
And there's a big run down the middle of the pitch or on the far side in the fading sunlight. And there's a whistle. I'm not sure what's the call there, Ryan?
I was looking at the sheets here as man of the match voting.
You're fired. You're fired.
Always getting fired.
Yeah. Oh, there's no voting. Alex Goff is back in the booth, and he is saying there is no voting.
Dictatorship on this mic.
Dictatorship, eh? No. We've got no time left on the clock, by the way. We are in Greg Gilliam time. He's the official.
Let's see if the French Academy, French American School of New York, I should say, has an answer. One last try. We did see in the first half they put that 5 on the board, and it was some exciting bit of play. So they do have, some skills when they put it together. It's just.
There's number 9 for Greenwich, scooting down untouched, and he's going to settle that one under the post for a try. And let's see if Greg Gilliam, who is completely gassed covering these kids in a sevens match as the referee, blows this one up. And that is it. We've got final score, Greenwich over KEIO, 38-5.
I think what makes ONS special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship-trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.